Hello everyone and welcome back to Scorpio Tech. Over the past month I've been using this QNED Mini LED 4K TV with its quantum dot combined with nanocell technology to consume media in the form of movies, TV series and games. I'm going to be covering the pros and cons for each of these categories as well as the practicalities and functionalities of this TV for general usage. Being one of the latest releases in LG's range of TVs, this 75-inch QNED comes with WebOS, which is a sleek and straightforward Linux-based operating system, and for the most part it's a responsive and seamless experience, although when you first turn the TV on and open the WebOS menu it does have a brief delay or lag whilst everything loads in. But this isn't an issue with the QNED TV specifically, this does also happen on my C1 OLED as well, so I guess it's just an issue with the software. But aside from that, the menus, settings and general user experience with WebOS is a very good one, and in my opinion far superior to many of the alternative brands. As for the QNED TV's design, I really can't fault it. It's sleek and attractive and genuinely looks more like a large monitor than a TV. The connections are all easily accessible and there's more than enough slots to accommodate all of your consoles, set-top boxes and much more as well. So after just over a month of use, I can quite happily say that for usability and design, the QNED Mini LED TV ticks all of the boxes for ease of use, functionality and practicality. Now let's take a specific look at consuming both movies and TV series on the QNED TV. The most prominent thing about this TV is the size. At 75 inches the optimal viewing distance is going to be between 3 and 5 meters away, but due to space limitations I've been sitting about 3 meters away at a slight angle to the TV, but it honestly looks fantastic. As you can imagine, native 4K content really brings out the best of the QNED TV. But even the older lower resolution TV shows and movies are upscaled so beautifully with the incredible processor technology that even they are very enjoyable on the big screen. One of the biggest problems with standard LCD panels is the dark scenes in various forms of content. You usually end up with a washed out and pretty flat image, but thanks to the plethora of dimming zones within the QNED TV's Mini LED technology, you can get a much better contrast and clarity than you would find on other LCD panels. That's not to say the QNED is perfect though, I still believe OLED is the king for this kind of thing, but considering it's an LCD panel, it does a fantastic job with dark scenes, improving both your immersion and overall enjoyment, especially for darker scenes in movies and TV series. As I mentioned in the original review, as good as the dimming zones are, it doesn't completely eliminate the grey haloing around bright objects in darker scenes. Now it's not horrible by any means, but visually it's the biggest deal breaker when comparing QNED TVs to OLEDs. As for sound, honestly I was really surprised with the quality of the audio from the QNED TV. Especially with the AI sound enabled, it really fills the room with an authentic and immersive level of audio. However, if you're willing to spend this much money on a TV, there's a good chance you'll want a high-end sound system to match to make for the best experience possible. I had a few comments specifically asking about watching anime on the QNED TV. As the majority of anime is not produced in 4K, there were concerns about how it would look stretched out on a 75-inch 4K TV. Now I'm by no means an avid anime viewer, but from the various popular anime I checked out on this TV, everything looked incredible. The most noticeable features being the sharpness and vibrancy of all of the clips. There's no horrible motion blurring or choppy clips, it was a smooth and incredibly enjoyable viewing experience. As I mentioned earlier, the upscaling technology LG has in their processor is simply incredible. Older, lower resolution content is made to look exceptional on the big screen, and assuming you're sat the correct distance away, this is going to be a fantastic and immersive TV for fans of anime and older, lower resolution content. And with the quick access on the remote to Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus and so on, it's extremely easy to get into the action without having to bother navigating any menus. Again, just to quickly cover audio, there are a number of audio options available if you're using the built-in speakers. I'd definitely recommend the AI audio setting as it gives it a much richer and full sound, but of course for the best experience you will want to pair this with either a soundbar or a surround sound system. Lastly but most certainly not least, let's talk about gaming on the LG QNED TV. Not only is this TV fantastic for movies and TV series, it's also got all of the specs you're after to have an excellent next generation gaming experience. With a 4K resolution, ultra fast response time and 120Hz display, the LG QNED TV is ready to be utilised to the fullest by the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and of course PCs. And from what I can tell, there is still a big stigma around gaming on TVs, but it really is time for that to change. TVs have well and truly caught up now, and they are ready to handle brand new games and experiences to make your living room a fantastic place to play once again. With low latency, high refresh rates and a beautifully sharp and vibrant image quality, not to mention LG's built-in game mode on the QNED TV which gets the most out of games automatically, I honestly had just as much fun playing games on the big screen as I did on my smaller monitors. Of course, for competitive online shooters and so on, having a big screen can be a disadvantage as you literally have to turn your head to see different corners of the TV. But for absolutely everything else, the LG QNED TV offers an all-around excellent gaming experience. And similarly with what I said about anime, even older lower resolution games look incredible on the QNED TV. The upscaling truly does work wonders and makes old games feel not only more enjoyable to play but also a smoother experience than you've ever had with those games before. And that pretty much concludes my 1 month review of the LG QNED Mini LED TV. Looking at this from an everyday consumer's point of view, this TV practically ticks every single box. It's easy to use and navigate thanks to the intuitive menus and handy shortcuts on the remote. The screen is beautiful, vibrant and sharp in all genres of content. Surprisingly, even the darker scenes look incredible, but do still suffer slightly from haloing in high contrast areas. I stand by what I said last video. I think LG's OLED panels still take the crown here, but for an LCD TV, the LG QNED line gets very close to the OLEDs whilst maintaining a fantastic screen brightness and packing in lots of excellent features to make your experience the best it can possibly be. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel if you're new. Thanks again, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Goodbye.